Hey, I'm just gonna use this time to speak out loud for a bit because I like sharing my thoughts. So here we go. Um, don't you find it funny how our brains work and like how our thoughts work? It's so complicated sometimes being human and having these minds and these emotions and these memories. And it's funny how each passing moment we experience a new level of self-awareness and just awareness to our current environment, like right now, um, I'm 31 years old, but I remember since being at a young age, my consciousness and awareness to reality, all reality, like my internal emotional states and the external reality around me. I noticed that like when you grow older, you gain more consciousness and more awareness. So like things that you wouldn't notice before, you would happen to notice now. And it's so interesting, like as our awareness increases, so does our supposed perception of time. Like time begins to speed up. And so we're like these emotional beings who have like this imaginative capability, and we exercise this imagination every day with all of the stuff we happen to imagine. And that, makes us feel all sorts of ways and makes us think all sorts of things and maybe become aware of things we wouldn't usually be aware of. So, as if it's hard enough being human here on Earth, we have these complicated internal worlds and emotions. And they're either ruled by fear or faith. It's either fear that's going to wrap your complicated mind up, or it's faith that's going to set your complicated mind free. And I think that's what we all want to feel deep inside, like freeness, happiness, and faith, not having to stress, about all the things that there are to stress about, being a human being living here on Earth. And it's interesting, I look at our spirit, and I look at our mind, and I look at our consciousness, and I can't help but see them all as one. And reality is so strange because of it, I think, because like everyone has their own mind, their own, their own unique mind, their own unique personality, their own unique story, their own unique family, their own unique upbringing. And it makes them who they are. But like I can't help but think like on the surface of everything, we all share like the same consciousness, And that same consciousness just happened to find itself in all sorts of different bodies, cultural upbringings, regions, beings, animals, humans, different races, religions, cultures, and exposed to different things in those environments. And somehow we've got this like super duper universal consciousness, that pure state that we all happen to share, that the trees share, that the animals share, that the wind shares. And the same pure consciousness state that just keeps giving and giving more life and more beings and souls into the bodies of these lives with their own unique awareness, their own unique perspective. And it's like we all look so different because of maybe what we look like, where we're from, how we speak, whatever. But I can't help but like see us sharing that same pure state consciousness. So in that way, what it is that I'm trying to say is like, I am you and you are me. I just happen to be in a completely unique body and life and experience and happen to be named Jesse. And living my own unique existence and experience. And you have your own unique existence and experience and story too. But on that core level, we share like the same spirit. And somehow this eternal, infinite, ineffable, and boundless spirit continues to keep creating more and more consciousness, more and more awareness, in more and more life it is that we hope and happen to see. So I find it interesting looking at the world that way, because like when I look at other people, I've learned to sort of look at them as me, just in a different body, in a different life, male or female. And we all experience the existence and identity we've been granted. So I find it quite interesting because we, on one level, are all so similar. We all share the same unique pure state, spirit and heart. But above that, which is supposed to be our foundation, but above that we build these personalities because of the differences within our lives and the perspectives and how we've been taught to look at the world and those around us. But I still happen to see us as sharing that same consciousness. Like this bird that's chirping right now, like I share a spirit with that bird, I share a spirit with you. So on the most basic, pure level of pure consciousness, before it's like coming into a newborn baby that's formulating an identity and personality based on the time in which it was born, its upbringing, the conditions, and so forth and so on, you crafting and creating this unique personality in life. And as unique as we may be, I think the awesome thing is that we are all connected by one spirit, And I think that's something important that I want to keeping in mind, Every time I take people into consideration or look out into the world, I want to be able to continue to see the world through that lens, the lens of angels, the lens of God, and seeing that we are all made in His image, cut from the same cloth, just different stories, different lives. Different this, different that, but in our hearts and in our core, we are identical. And I think maybe that's something we could all focus on as a family of humanity, that would bring us a lot closer together in being able to see how connected it is we truly are. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please stick around. Thank you guys on Patreon so much for supporting me and everyone else's support. Thank you.